Hello there, welcome to my news. Some new stories for you from Ethiopia. Firstly, Amhara region of Ethiopia, where Fano fighters have entered at least 6 towns in the last 2 to 3 days. And in some places, there was no fighting between Fano and military. Maybe that is why some activists are spreading rumors that Ethiopian military is withdrawing, retreating from the Amhara region. So I'll try to analyze this development. Which 6 towns are under Fano control? In which zones of the Amhara region? Why did military withdraw from these towns? Secondly, it is being claimed that Somaliland diplomatic presence in Ethiopia has been upgraded to embassy level. Pictures are being shared. Is there any truth in these rumors? Has Ethiopia agreed to give embassy status to Somaliland diplomatic presence in Addis Ababa? Firstly, viewers, at least 6 towns in the last 2 to 3 days have come under Fano control, though mostly when Fano fighters enter town cities, it's for a few days or for a few hours, they retreat from town cities. But Ethiopian military withdrew from most of these places. So what is happening in the Amhara region? Is military withdrawing? If it is not withdrawing, then why is it retreating from some important areas? Let's have a look at the 6 places which are under Fano control. Let's start from Lalibela. I have been receiving questions from people saying, Sajid, fighting is happening in Lalibela, you are silent. In live chats, 2 people questioned me, but I could not confirm any fighting in Lalibela city. And I told those who were questioning that there was no active fighting in Lalibela. But around Lalibela, Fano fighters have taken control of some territories. Firstly, Aina. Aina is a town in Bugna Warada. Bugna or Buna, I think they call it. Fano fighters enter Aina around 48 hours ago, reportedly. Buna shares border with Lasta. In Lasta, there is Lalibela. So Lasta Wareda and Buna Wareda, they were one Wareda. But later, Buna split. Buna became a separate Wareda. In Lasta too, Fano fighters have been seen. Not in Lalibela. Fano fighters are not in Lalibela city. But in Lasta, Fano fighters have entered. Both Lasta and Buna are in North Wallo zone. Lalibela is in North Wallo too, but they are towards Waghimra side. Close to Waghimra, you can say it's Waghimra Wallo border to some extent. So these 2 places in North Wallo under Fano control. Secondly, Vuldia to Varata road. Vuldia to South Gondar road, where again in 2 Waredas, Fano fighters have beefed up their presence. Makat. Firstly, Makat is along the main road, you can say, close to main road between Lalibela and South Gondar. Kashina is nearby a town. And Vadla. Vadla is, I think, little at a distance from the main road. It is towards southern side of the road. In Vadla and Makat, 2 Fano fighters entered around 2 days ago. It was reported yesterday, but they entered 2 days ago. Thirdly, North Shore zone of the Amhara region. Thermaber under Fano control reportedly. Siladenge under Fano control. I mentioned 6 places: Siladenge, Thermaber, Wadla, Maket, Lasta, Bona. And from some of these places, which I mentioned, 6 places, military withdrew. Military did not put up a fight. Like in North Warlow, close to Lalibela, military is withdrawing towards Lalibela. And that is why maybe people started spreading rumors, I would say, that military was withdrawing from the Amhara region. The military withdrew maybe from one or two towns, and that led some activists to conclude that military was suffering heavy losses, but withdrawing. No. I have shared with you what I learned from the ground, that Fano fighters in these 6 places, but military is not withdrawing from the Amhara region. Maybe military is being relocated, repositioned, redeployed, which is part of military offensives. Obviously, troops are rotated, troops are moved to new locations, and sometimes some areas are vacated by troops. So it happens. It's part of the military operation. We can only say that military is withdrawing if large-scale withdrawal of military is seen from Amhara into Oromia, into neighboring regions, which is not happening so far. This is what we learned from the ground. No withdrawal of Ethiopian National Defense Force. I think troop repositioning is being done. We could say military withdraw from some other places too, and maybe launch new offensives on other Fano strongholds. It's part of ENDF strategy. That is what I have learned from the ground, but I'll update you if I have any update in this regard. If you have an update, if you have information which states otherwise, then do get in touch with me. Secondly, viewers, Ethiopia Somaliland MOU. Has Ethiopia given embassy status to Somaliland's diplomatic presence in Addis Ababa? It is being reported by several Somaliland activists, Somalia's activists too. They say that Ethiopia is on its way to recognize Somaliland as a country, and Ethiopia is playing with fire. I talked to a few people in Addis Ababa, tried to confirm this development, and I was told that the Somaliland consulate working in Addis Ababa has been working for years. Nothing has changed so far. It's not that Ethiopia has given embassy status to this consulate. It is working the way it was working. No new designation of embassy to this diplomatic presence of Somaliland in Ethiopia. While we know that top Ethiopian officials are set to visit Somaliland, that is why rumors are being spread as if Ethiopia will recognize Somaliland. By the way, recognition is the main issue for Somalia, for Somaliland, and a main challenge for Ethiopia. I don't think Somaliland will press ahead with this MOU, with the implementation of MOU, if Ethiopia does not recognize Somaliland as a country. Ethiopia will have to do that. When will Ethiopia do that? That we don't know. That has not been made public. Ethiopia has not taken a public position so far. Ethiopia only says that it will take a position after making assessment of the situation. Somaliland says that Ethiopia will recognize Somaliland as a country, and that is part of the deal. And that is what is creating panic in Somalia. Somalia knows if Ethiopia recognizes Somaliland, other countries would follow as well. But so far, no development on the ground pointing towards Ethiopia giving embassy status to Somaliland's diplomatic presence in Addis Ababa. By the way, again, I would say I've been repeating that. I don't want to repeat, but I don't want the viewers to be victims of disinformation. Please don't believe whatever is being said about Somalia, Somaliland, Ethiopia issue. Some activists are spreading fake news, disinformation all day. They're from both sides, from Somaliland, from Somalia. Ethiopian activists are not busy. They have not been activated by the government so far. So mainly, activists from Somaliland and Somalia are part of this disinformation campaign. That is why we must be careful before sharing any important development or piece of information about Ethiopia, Somalia, Somaliland. Thank you for watching.